Welcome to Cigar Reviews and Such. Tonight, I'm going to put my humidor to work. Now, if you watched any of my videos, you've seen my humidor sitting here on my desk, and I'm sure you assumed there were cigars in it. But I've used these more Tupperware, as they call them, plastic cigar containers with the Boveda packs that keep them humidified. Since I began smoking cigars a few years back, at one point I did buy a cheap humidor from Amazon and tried it and had no success. My cigars got all dried out and it was very frustrating, so I stuck with the plastic humidors. And but over time, I've always wanted a humidor, and recently at one of the lounges that I visit, they had a dent and scratch sale. You can see this one's got a couple little imperfections, but I got this Ashton Savoy very inexpensively, and for the past couple weeks I've been seasoning it with Boveda seasoning packs, and now I've taken those packs out and put the regular Boveda packs in for regular humidification for cigars. So now I'm going to transfer some of my cigars from my Tupperwares into this humidor. It's got a really fancy looking key, as you can see. And let's see how it goes. I'm usually a little OCD about things like this, but I'm going to try to get through it pretty quickly without too much fuss. So I'm going to take this top tray out initially. I'm going to take out these two humidor packs, and I'm going to start with some of my larger gauge cigars. I have the Room 101 Farce here, the Charter Oak by Foundations. I've got a few of these Gurkha Vintage 2001s. Another Gurkha Vintage 2001, and then this is a Maduro Gurkha in a torpedo. This is a Oliva. There's a Man of War, Runation. Another Gurkha. Again, I'd usually be pretty picky about the way I put them in, but I just want to get them in here and try to keep them humidified. I'm going to hold off on that. It's a little smaller. This is a La Herencia. This one is pretty spicy. It's the Oscuro Fuerte. I'll hold off on the little shorter ones for now. There's another Vintage 2001. This is the H. Upman, A.J. Fernandez, Nicaragua. Here's a Buffalo Trace. Someone gave me that one. I'm not sure about that cigar. Got a Churchill here. I'll start Churchills on this row. Another La Herencia. I think I'm getting close to that. And now I'd like to add at least one of these packs. We'll put one back here. And I don't know if we have room to put one on top, but I do have to get this one in there, so I will squeeze that between a few cigars. I think that's room enough. All right, and we're going to continue with the larger cigars on this bottom rack. Got a lot of these Room 101 farces. Actually, not a lot, but 5. I may have smoked 1 or 2, so maybe a little less than that. We'll hold off on the robustos. Here's La Herencia again. Back to the Gurkha 2001. This is the CAO MX2 in a Toro. Another La Herencia. Some of these I got good deals on. That's why I have 5 packs of them. Another Gurkha, another La Herencia. This is a Gurkha. This one's a really good smoke. I forgot what it's called, but another torpedo top. Here's the Espinosa, and I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's a bat. And in Spanish, if you know how to say bat in Spanish, you know how to say it. Here's the really an excellent Oliva. I'm going to hold off on my... Here's some more of those CAOs. It's really nice getting a view of my cigars like this. I don't typically see them like this, so it's kind of nice. This is that Oscuro La Herencia. Here's a Drew Estates Undercrown Maduro. Very good cigar. Here's an Oliva Connecticut La Herencia. There's another one of the bats and another Drew Estates. I will put these 2 Drew Estates next to each other. And let's go to a couple more. As you can see, it's filling up nicely. This is a 100 count Humidor. So we're almost done with the bottom, and then we'll get to the top shelf. Let's get a couple more cigars in there. Actually, before we put any more cigars in there, we'll throw another Humidor there. And we'll put this Humidor under this first row. Or not Humidor, but humidification. We've got a Ave Maria. Beautiful band on those. So I think I got to show an Ave Maria. We'll put this, this Arturo Fuente 858 Maduro was a little hard the other day, so I'm going to put that in there and see if my new Humidor could bring it back to life. All right, so we've got the bottom shelf pretty much covered. And now let's go to the top shelf. I'm going to add the humidification packs next. This one looks like we're going to use robustos on this one. Maybe we'll go this way on these. These are the Macanudo Hyde Park. Macanudo Cafe Hyde Park. And that was the cigar I gave out to a bunch of my friends when my grandson was born. And this is the Alec Bradley Gatekeeper. Here's another Alec Bradley. This is the Black Market Esteli. Here's where I might get a little anal. I'm going to move these guys over since I have all these Hyde Parks. We'll let them take up the shelf. Am I going to go 2 here? I guess I can go 2 here. We'll add maybe a humidity pack. Actually, these are the ones I want to add first. They're the official ones that I used. These are the MX2s. You saw the Toro earlier. This is the MX2 Robusto. 5-inch, 52 ring gauge. This is a Romeo e Giulietta. No, it's a Noche, something Noche, Media Noche. So it's a darker cigar. And here is an AJ Fernandez Diaz de Gloria. Little spicy tune on that one. Here's the Camacho Corojo wrapper. Yeah, I don't think you're going to make it in there. That's a little General Grant. And I think I can get this thing closed now. I still have room for a top layer here. I'm going to put this other humidity pack in. Let's see. Yeah, I want to kind of put it on underneath one row. I believe I can get this thing closed. I don't think we've hit 100 yet, so I don't know for sure, but I feel like we haven't gotten there yet. All right, so I have a few more here. Actually, another couple. If anybody needs a Macanudo Cafe, let me know. And get another Noche, got another Gatekeeper. Here's a very good cigar from CAO. A couple more of the Gatekeepers here. I feel like that's about it. Let me see if I can get this thing closed. No, okay. Oh yeah, no, not with my hygrometer there. So I'm gonna have to go one row on the top, and that's gonna be it. I guess we could sneak one in over here. And, well, let's see if we can sneak a couple in back here. Maybe a couple up front. Just leave the area where the hygrometer is open. A couple over here. Maybe a couple more in the back. And I think that should do it. There it is. My humidor is locked. And back in place. And that's it. I'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully you had some fun watching that. And hopefully my cigars stay humidified and I get a chance to review some more for you. Thank you so much for coming by. And as always, I pray that you will experience God's peace in your life. He paid the price in his only begotten Son, Jesus, on the cross, not to give us more rules to follow, but to help us by his Spirit to overcome. Jesus said that he is leaving us, but he's going to leave us his peace. And so I pray that you experience his peace in your everyday life. Hope to see you again at Cigar Reviews and such.